Welcome back, adventurers. Prepare to embark on a journey through time as we delve into the mysteries of Kalekoy and its ancient fortress. But that's not all. Brace yourself for a taste sensation unlike no other as we sink our teeth into the world's traditional Turkish ice cream, renowned for its mind-boggling stretchiness. Plus, in our What's Up Doc segment, get ready for another thrilling rescue mission and another interesting look at how the Portofino rudder will be on our new aluminium catamaran. We are John and Ali, the Barefoot Doctors, sailing and travelling around the globe. Join us as we share the adventure and explore the beauty of the world, because life is better barefoot.
So here we are anchored in the Kokova Islands in a really safe anchorage. So we decided to just take the dinghy around to see Kalekoy just around the corner.
Where are we now?
We are in a place called Kokova, which is the name of the island over the water there, but it's a very famous place, and there's a reasonable number of tourists, but there's underwater cities, underwater towns and caves and castles and quite amazing, spectacular
tombs.
And tombs, yeah, sarcophagi.
Sarcophagi. Try saying that on a
after
a night out.
That's right. So yeah, a really beautiful place. I mean, you can see down behind us there's some,
We're going to go down there as well.
white sand, water, crystal clear bays, just beautiful places and very protected for anchoring here, because we're behind the island, and where we've got the boat, which is behind this bit of land, is actually even more protected.
Kalekoy Historic Village in Turkey boasts a fortified structure with rich history of invasions and changes of rule. It's perched high up on the hill, and its vantage point offers a strategic advantage for defence and surveillance. Over the centuries, it's witnessed numerous battles and conquests, reflecting the region's turbulent past. While primarily a defence stronghold, the fort occasionally hosted gatherings, including dancing and entertainment within its grounds, providing moments of respite amidst the challenges of the era. These walls hold centuries worth of stories, and it doesn't take much imagination to visualise how it must have been over those times. So I think we should go down there to that pretty little spot down there where the sarcophagus sounds like you want to say esophagus, but it's not esophagus.
Sarcophagus.
Sarcophagus.
It's a tomb.
Yes. As we descend from the majestic Kalekoy fort, a bustling scene unfolds at the Foothills, where merchants and craftspeople have set up temporary shops, creating a vibrant tapestry of colour, sounds and aromas. Here, amidst the rugged beauty of the landscape, a lively market comes to life. Cobblestone streets are lined with stores adorned with intricate woven textiles, gleaming ceramics and dazzling jewellery, each piece a testament of the skill and creativity of its maker. We're greeted by a tantalising sense of freshly brewed Turkish coffee, wafting from the quaint cafes nestled among the shops. The rich aroma beckons us to pause and savour a moment of respite. And, of course, no visit would be complete without sampling the famous Turkish ice cream. Its stretchy texture and creamy flavour are a delight for the senses. So we're also going to taste some homemade ice cream. But it's really weird. Their ice cream here is really weird. It has like a gelatinous texture to it, and it's really kind of stringy and gooey, and it's not the way that I'm used to ice cream being. And I just wonder what's in it that makes it like that. Introducing the one and only Turkish ice cream. Get ready to embark on a culinary adventure like no other. Why? Because this ice cream is not your ordinary scoop and eat kind of treat. Oh no, my friends. Turkish ice cream is a league of its own. First things first, let's talk about its texture. Picture this. You take a spoon and dive right in, expecting a smooth, creamy sensation. But wait, what is this? It's like trying to scoop up a rubber band. That's right, Turkish ice cream has some serious stretchiness going on. You pull, and it just keeps stretching. It's like it's auditioning for a circus act. It's like the ice cream version of Silly Putty. It's fun, quirky, and totally unpredictable. And let's not forget about its gelatinous goodness. You take a bite, and instead of melting away like the typical ice cream, it's like biting into a delicious chewy cloud. It's like the ice cream is saying, no, not so fast, buddy. You're gonna savor every single moment. But hey, that's what makes Turkish ice cream so special. It's not just a dessert, it's an experience. So next time you're craving something sweet and adventurous, check for Turkish ice cream. Just be prepared to stretch your imagination along with your taste buds. Hi guys, thanks for watching, and if you're new to our channel or you haven't subscribed yet, we're encouraging you to subscribe because we really wouldn't want you to miss out on all the exciting stuff we have coming up in the future.
And that'll also help us get the videos out to more folk as well. So go ahead and do it right now, guys.
Make it happen.
You taste this one. I want to see if you have any idea. I guarantee you will not be able to tell me what the flavor is.
I guarantee.
Guarantee. Guaranteed.
It's going to say melon. What is it?
Cactus.
Cactus. Huh. Cactus. Well, I've never tasted before, so I wouldn't know what cactus ice cream tastes like. But here comes our orange juice.
Thank you. I've only eaten cactus once before when we were in the Grand Canyon. We didn't have enough water and we got cactus fruit off the cactus trees, plants, whatever you call them, and sucked the juice or ate the fruit to keep us going to get back to the top of the canyon. So, but I don't remember the flavour that vividly. Okay, second, this you might guess.
What? Macadamia or almond or nutty?
Almond and?
Woohoo! Honey.
Honey.
Oh, she knows the flavours.
The Turkish homemade ice cream has a slightly funny kind of stringy, kind of gelatinous.
I told them about that.
Oh, you told them about that already?
And I said, we have to find out what's in the ice cream because it's kind of, it doesn't taste.
So I'll eat all the ice cream then.
It's ice cream here, but not as we know it, not as we know it, not as we know it. But it's still refreshing, but it's more mucusy.
It sounds terrible.
Like, yeah, it's more mucusy than.
Want some more?
Yeah.
You,
Give me some of that cactus.
But you don't like mucusy Turkish ice cream. Look at that.
Oh, strange, isn't it? It's almost like a jelly, gelatinous kind of
additive to it.
Turkish ice cream known as dondurma has a unique texture due to its two main ingredients, salep and mastic. Salep is a flour made from the tubers of wild orchids, while mastic is a resin obtained from the mastic tree. These ingredients act as a natural thickener and stabilizer, giving Turkish ice cream its distinctive gelatinous and stretchy consistency. I'll still eat it, but if you give me the choice between Turkish ice cream and gelato, I'd leave the Turkish one. What about you?
Yep, I agree. But I won't not eat Turkish ice cream.
Finish your ice cream. cut our juice and head back to the sarcophagus. What are they?
Sarcophagus.
Sarcophagus.
That's the one.
The Mantis restaurant.
Okay, so we are here at the water in Kalekoy, below the castle, which is up there, and close to the sarcophagus, which is just behind Elizabeth. Let's go and have a look at it.
We're wading in waist deep water for some people and knee deep water for others. Anyway, looks like there's no motorised vehicles around here. You can paddle or you can walk around, and we have reef shoes on, so...
Well, you have reef shoes, I don't.
Oh, you don't have your reef shoes on?
See what she does for me. Isn't that sweet? Goes all the way back to the dinghy to get my reef shoes.
So we've got the reef shoes happening. Here's mine.
Sarcophagus.
I gotta think of sarcophagus.
Oh. Oh, look at the bones.
What? No.
Yes,
Nah, trigger. Alright. Okay, so here we are in front of the tomb, and you can walk around it. It's about hip deep, and you can walk around, well,
Sexy thigh deep.
thigh deep for long-legged people. The sarcophagi in Kalekoy are believed to be family tombs where multiple members of the same family are laid to rest. These tombs often house the remains of several generations, reflecting the familiar bonds of continuity and lineage. Although there are historical accounts suggesting that some sarcophagi in Kalekoy were used as punishment for treasonous acts of crime against the state. In some cases, individuals deemed enemies of the state were buried alive in sarcophagi as a form of punishment. But beware, for Kalekoy holds secrets of its own. Legends speak of ghostly apparitions and restless spirits that wander the deserted streets, forever trapped between the worlds of the living and the dead. So, if you dare to venture into the heart of Kalekoy, prepare to be transported to the world where time stands still and the spirits of the past linger just beyond the veil. Well, hello guys, and welcome back to another Barefoot Doctor's What's Up Doc segment. So we'd like to share a story with you to give you some idea of the type of help that we provide around the place. So the story is that this guy who's a sailor, and he's been sailing around for a number of years with his wife, and he reached out to us because he was so desperately unhappy because him and his wife had split up. In fact, she had left him.
Marital separation or losing your partner is the most common reason for people to get into a state where they seriously think about suicide, and the biggest cause of people actually ending their own life. So this is a really serious situation.
So fortunately, he did reach out to us.
He was feeling suicidal though.
He was very suicidal. Through the Tough Minds process, we were able to get to see the first stage of recovery, which is actually recognizing all those disempowering, all those destructive and negative thoughts that when you're in a situation like that you are completely bombarded with.
And all you can see is the negatives, you never see the positives. I'm a terrible person, I can't keep a partner, I'm no use, nobody loves me. there's no point in living.
And so on, so on. I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that, or have friends that can relate to that.
So the really tricky point in these stories is that point when people are actually suicidal, and you've got to move them away from actually taking their own life. In the very early stages, first of all, give them hope and say there is a way out of this. We know exactly how you're feeling and why you're feeling that way, but we have to control these negative thoughts that you're being bombarded with, and you are talking yourself down deeper and deeper into this black hole. So the Tough Minds processes, first of all, gets people to recognize their negative thoughts, which we call negative impulsive thoughts, and then gives them processes to eliminate them and replace them with positive alternatives. And this is so powerful that in itself will usually move people away from that point of suicide. So that's the very first thing to do.
And it's actually self-perpetuating, because once you get into a habit of thinking in a more positive way and more empowering way, it just becomes second nature. So it works very well. Anyway, the really great thing is, after some counseling and after we had left, he was able to log into the Tough Minds app. And even after we had left, the Tough Minds app gave him support and still continues to give him support. So the really good news is that things have changed for Steve, because he's actually been able to rediscover his love for music, which he hadn't been able to do, or he put it to the side for years and years. And he's also realised that the quiet time he spends by himself is actually a blessing. So in that space of quiet, he's able to compose all his wonderful music that he hasn't done for years and years. And the other thing is, Steve tells us that he does a bit of busking wherever he travels, and he really enjoys it. And with a cheeky grin on his face, he said, and there's nothing like a guy playing a guitar for a crowd that attracts the ladies. So we're very happy with Steve's progress, but this is kind of an example of what the Tough Minds do, what we can do with your support through the Tough Minds and your donations, and of course our Patreons.
Yeah, so the Tough Minds app is free, because when people are in that place of suicide, they're not going to pay out any money. So we understood it has to be a free app to give people those techniques to move them away from suicide. And often it's at 3 o'clock in the morning when you can't get medical help or counseling, so it has to be free. Our Patreons, we thank you very much for your regular contribution towards Tough Minds, and we thank everybody else who has donated to Tough Minds ever, because all of that money helps to continue the Tough Minds app for providing this life-saving services around the world.
And this week, Steve thanks you very much as well. So thanks very much for all your support.
Thanks, guys.
So we're talking about the rudder.
Rudder. This is our rudder, foldable rudder. One important consideration is that all the mechanism is very strong and very liable, and the electric motor is here and is connected, but connected with some kind of rubber bush. Then in case you have an impact or whatever happen, the load of the impact never go on the motor. So I prefer to broke a pin than to broke a motor.
Allora, in this position, when the rudder is open, the arm is up, and the actuator is completely open. When we close the rudder, 90 degree closed, the actuator is in the minimum position. This one that you can see is a pin, stainless steel. This is an example, this is a 60 millimeter. And this is the pin that, together with the actuator force, press the rotating part of the rudder. So there is an arm between the pin of the rudder and the pin itself, that when you press with the actuator, give the rotation to the rudder. What you see in light blue is the fixed part of the rudder. Is the part that with the steering system rotate all the rudder for the navigation.
If the rudder touch, first we have the sacrificial bottom, and is fiberglass. You ground first, you damage the bottom, and with 2 bolts you can replace easy in the water. Or, because the boat is beachable, you go on the beach, but they have 2 strong bolts on the bottom, then you can remove and put it back without water infiltration in the rudder. This is the plan. Then we have to give you, together with the boat, 1 spare up and disc, or more than 1 if you want more than 1. You have always on board, replacement is maybe half an hour diving. and after that you have your new rudder. If the impact is much more, if we design a joint between the motor and the pin, then disconnect or broke in case of impact. After that, you have a replacement on board, you put a new pin or something like this, and you start again. But you preserve the rudder and the motor.
And this is the line horizontal, we call it baseline. And we are down with the lift, with the fixed part of the rudder, we are down 3 centimeters from the baseline.
Okay. So you can seat the boat on the rudder, nothing happened. We have now a propeller in the drawing that is a temporary propeller, but the one that we choose is a flexo-fold and it's a foldable propeller, so you have much more clearance than that. We have already, even with the propeller open, you have clearance.
Yeah.
But you have to consider it when the blade is closing and you save other 10-15 centimeters of space. So we have margin to protect the propeller.
And what is the distance from the prop to the rudder?
36.
36. Okay. Obviously that's going to be strong enough so when you sit down on the sand, that's going to be able to take the pressure, whatever pressure's on that.
Of course, most of the weight is in the center.
Yeah.
But this is very strong. It's designed to hold a lot of weight. You see this part is designed to.
Here we put a plate very thick, 50 millimeter or 10 millimeter, something very strong to keep the load.
So it sits on that. So the other thing that happens as you're going down on the tide, until the boat's actually taken all its weight, you get a little bit of sideways movement. Like we have a stern anchor out which stops it, so but you still get a bit of movement sideways, so it needs to be strong enough to take a little bit of sideways.
But the shaft, what is the size of the shaft?
It's 60. The size of the shaft is 60.
60 millimeters of shaft.
Yeah,
It's strong. We have a very, very strong structure. And number one, the structure is very solid, because if you look at this structure here, you can't really compare with any fiberglass boat. This structure is a monster. But on top of this, we have a bulkhead here. So even in the worst of the case, or why not, you have an adventure with the whale, with the orca, then they come to play with your rudder. You never sink the boat because here you have a bulkhead. Absolutely 100% watertight. I already received many requests from people who say, but how is your rudder if we get attacked by orca, what happened? I said, the worst that can happen, then you lose the rudder, but you're not going to sink the boat. This is the difference. You don't find you find in some boat structure like this. There's few.
But very rare. Yeah.
Very rare. But that is our target, not the... If you have a tugger board or the keel like what we have, when the rudder is here, when you twist the rudder, the boat, it was like this. But if you have the tugger board here, the curve is much more. You have the rotation point here.
Yeah.
But our plus is that you can adjust the keel as you like. And in the monitor marine you can see how many degrees of keel you have. So if you need a little bit more sensibility in the rudder, you can just open 20% to increase the rotation point.
Thanks for watching, guys. We hope you are enjoying the interesting look at Turkey with us, and hope you are as surprised and delighted at it as much as we are. Each week, we make decisions regarding our new aluminium catamaran, and so glad you guys are travelling the journey with us. We love reading all of your awesome comments, as we know together we can build the ultimate catamaran. Thanks for joining us on this journey, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you want to be a part of an exciting way to save lives around the world, join our Patreon family and get up close and personal with us. So guys, welcome back to another Barefoot Doctor's What's Up segment, and we'd really like to share a story.
What's Up Doc segment,
Ah, What's Up segment. Bloopers. Here we go.
Take 5.